Rampager, you've returned. Splendid. It seems you could not contain your hunger for the title of Rampage Master. Worry not, as I am back with another guide for you within the series called The Dirty Rampager. We are starting off with a very special level today, Level 6. The mysterious shadow entity has returned once again with some new advice. Throughout the story, you will be seeing them quite a few times. When they leave, the strange-looking door will be locked with a blue cog. Each class has its own unique skill. Class skills bring out the most out of your class at your current state or build. To activate your skill, you must press either left or right 3 times in a row, followed by the attack button. The control sequence for class skills is the same for every class. What you are about to see now is the skill of a mage. Oh, and here is another achievement, one of the 2 you can get from this level. Introducing our new enemy, the spider. A nimble yet poisonous creature that shoots short-range bursts of poison that cause damage over time for a short while. They come in different sizes, the smaller ones being the hardest to hit with blade-type weapons or any weapons with small projectile size. And of course, they jump. Sorry, arachnophobes. The purple rune you see over here is an alternative way to activate your class skills. It is much faster and does not require you to do the control sequence. Fun fact, if you press or click on the class logo next to your equipment, it shows a screen explaining what class you play and what your class skill is. You can also toggle on or off the class helmet. This makes it so that if a certain armor has a helmet or headgear you do not like, you can switch to your class default helmet, the color of which will automatically be matched with that of the armor. For example, this is with the class default headgear and this is with the armor's headgear on the rogue class. Gameplay from here for the most part will be normal, as we will just be discovering all secret areas and finding the 3 diamonds. Just follow the gameplay. And before I forget, equip this armor piece, as this buffs up our extra sword damage by an additional 20%. And is quite handy as it is an air element armor, which means we are immune to spikes. All that is left to do for this level is to finish it flawlessly and achieving a star for it. If you have not watched the first part of this series, I highly recommend you to go watch it, as I had also explained the concept of flawless finishes of levels in that guide. The link to that guide will be available for you in the description of the video. If you are enjoying the video, please leave a like. I really like making these types of videos and would like to continue making more for you guys, So make sure to subscribe so you do not miss out on any dirty Rampager content. Before we go for the star, let's pay a quick visit to our lovely shopkeeper. You might notice that there is a chest here which gives you extra inventory space for a big sum of gold, which we do not have just yet. But don't worry, we will. The shopkeeper has a few items that could give us just a little bit of that extra edge in performance, and we happen to have enough gold to buy them. Firstly, the Shaman Ring, as it gives us a bit of jump impulse, speed, but more importantly, 20% more magic power. Magic power empowers our class skill and magic type damages even further. Next is the Anti-Hero set, which comes with 2 extra defense points, more jump impulse and speed, even more magic power, and finally, another 20% more sword attack power. Just a quick disclaimer. You do not need to purchase these gear pieces to play the game. In fact, you can save up the gold for the build I am going to show later on. You can continue playing with the gear you currently have until you can afford higher gear. I am just purchasing it because, I like to make life more difficult for myself. Anyways, go watch it if you haven't, and you may learn exactly how I achieved the star for level 6. Whilst you guys were taking your sweet time finishing level 6 flawlessly, I was doing some mining off camera and got enough gold to buy the storage option and have a bit of savings left. The way I have done it is by repeatedly finishing level 6 flawlessly, while getting all 3 diamonds to maximize the gold rewards. There are other ways too, of course. More on those will be shown later. Let's expand our inventory. You can expand it many times, each expansion getting more and more expensive, of course. You get an achievement every time you expand your inventory space, which rewards you with an achievement exclusive weapon or armor. As you can see, we have 13 extra inventory slots now. For your first expansion, you will get an air element dagger called the Dagger of Sand. Daggers like this one gives you a considerable amount of boost in speed. And since this is an achievement exclusive item, I will be keeping it, even though I will not be using it. But of course, if you want a dagger build and would like to use this dagger, go right ahead. Level 7 would be our first normal level after a while, as there aren't any new features or additions to it, so I will be speeding it up for the most part. Just remember, if you cannot hit spiders directly, but have a high AoE weapon, you can simply hit a wall next to it, if there is little to no space between the wall and the spider. Some class skills have the ability to track down enemies. For example, the fire burst from my mage's class skill tracks down the spider instead of going forward. Don't miss this hidden spider here. Here is another example of the bursts tracking down an enemy. If there are multiple tracking projectiles, they will move on to the next enemy in sight, if applicable. Remember when I told you to keep the red armor piece? This is where you will be using it. This armor has fire element on it. Fire element armor or jewelries give immunity to all sorts of fire-related obstacles. However, do keep in mind, They do not prevent fire-type attacks. Double-check if you have discovered all the secrets and diamonds. If you have, that is level 7 done for you. All that is left to do is to flawlessly finish it. On you go. Here is another bonus level. This one comes with temporary standing platforms. They will break within seconds of stepping onto them. Be careful and use them wisely. This bonus level has a chest. If you do not have a key, you can come back for it once you are flawlessly finishing level 7. Hammers are wide-bodied weapons that can be used to kill small spiders. That is all you would ever need to do until level 7. So let us move on to level 8. Level 8 is a critical level which you cannot afford to mess up, as you are reunited with the Dude. However, I will teach a very clever way to get past the hurdle. After my previous guide, I had a mysterious DM saying I should name these characters, instead of calling them the Captain and the Dude. So I will do what any sane person would do, and from now on, call him Avdol Jr. Going back to the trick I was talking about, the reason why we need to do this is if we get close to him, it will trigger his dialogue sequence and he will start following us. And if he does, there are high chances of him getting killed. So instead, we will get on this high platform, move forward while double jumping. And while we are moving forward, we will activate our class skill using the purple rune. This makes it so that when we are gliding down, the class skill makes us glide forward for a short distance, instead of falling straight down. This will give us the extra distance we need to avoid triggering his dialogue. He will not follow us until we return, and we can come back to him once we have eliminated all possible danger. If you didn't notice already, we had picked up a magic potion called the Forbidden Flowers Extract, which allows us to shoot a bouncing burst of fire that can also track down enemies. Use it to easily clear out the level and get rid of all remaining enemies. As of now, we have rid the level of all danger. Let us return to Avdol Jr. One more thing. Instead of taking him to the end, let's go backwards. There is a surprise. He tells you about his dad, which gives you a cool little achievement and a skill point. Let's head back to the end. And remember, since you have managed to save him, you will get another achievement and another skill point. And of course, the gear from the blue box, all for free. Now, just finish the level and do it again to get that star. Time to move on to level 9. This level is not too shabby. Just follow the gameplay through to the end of the level. To access this door, you must somehow push the button you see on top. You do that by squeezing the narrowest weapon available, by jumping and attacking at the right second so that it hits the box onto the button, keeping it open for the duration of the level. Do be careful, as for some secrets you will need good eyesight. For example, this breakable bit of wall that is barely a different shade of colour than the rest of the ground or walls. But you can break them, of course. Enemies start wearing armour and having stronger weapons at certain points of the game. They will be more challenging to kill. Like this skeleton. Luckily, we have our overpowered starter build, which allows us to take care of them easily. Oh, look, the shopkeeper. Thank you, shopkeeper. You bet we will. Let's call him eBay, conveniently. Mysterious rocks with faces. More than usual. You know what that means. A boss awaits us in the next level. Every level before the boss level has unique features that indicate that the next level will be a boss level. In this game, every 10th level will be a boss level. But we have a friend to visit. Let's go and see eBay. He has exactly what we need. The first of which is Dragon Vest. Coming in with high magic power and a whopping 40% staff attack power boost, combined with the Death Scythe. A deadly staff that comes with 80 base damage, a huge upgrade. However, unlike the vest, we cannot afford it yet. We are going to need to do a bit of farming before we can buy it. Let's buy the vest for now. And we shall come back for the scythe. After a tad bit more grinding, we are finally able to purchase the Death Scythe, which means we are ready to face our first boss. No tricks, no hacks. Either you die or the boss dies in this level. Once you cross through the red doors, there is no going back, so get all diamonds and secrets beforehand. Yet the king, shrouded in preparation, awaited the warlock's move. Beware of the stone faces falling, as they only bring death the closer you get. guard ogre, lifeless. The strange-looking door with the blue cog. No sign of the shadowy entity. Look, the captain is alive. We will call her Aurora. Something isn't right. The dead ogre has turned into a demon. Let us finish it off. We have defeated our first boss, which rewards us with piles of gold and a ring. This used to be the first ever jewellery you were able to get, until Shaman Ring was on sale as the result of an update. Another fun fact, if you stay idle for too long, your character will fall asleep. Nothing else left to do but to finish it off flawlessly. You know how, just do it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate those who have watched and supported the first part of my guide. If you would like more content like this, leave a comment, like if you like, dislike if you must. But make sure to subscribe so you do not miss any dirty Rampager content. Until then, go wash your face. It looks awful.